Hey, so I have a little story for you. I went shopping for a summer dress, which I bought one, and while I was in the store, perusing the clearance aisle, I overheard a conversation between two mothers. It was near the dressing room. There was a lot of activity going on, girls running in and out. It was hard not to overhear this woman because she was very loud and she had such a thick Southern accent that, well, it just kind of captured my attention. Now, I'm not knocking Southern accents because I am from the South. I'm from South Mississippi. I was born and raised here. I have a Southern accent. It's just I work on not having a thick Southern accent. So this woman is talking to another woman as I guess their daughters are changing and coming out and showing their outfits. And they're discussing swimsuits and tanning and, okay, common conversation in the summertime. She's talking to this other woman about her daughter's tanning habits. And it almost sounds like she's bragging as she's talking to this other woman. And she is saying that sometimes her daughter says things like, hey, has it been long enough on this side? Do I need to flip? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I hope she's using sunblock. But if she's just using straight tanning oil, at least she has someone timing her as she's tanning. That way she doesn't burn herself on one side, I guess. I mean, in my head, she's asking her mother if she's been on one side long enough, for safety purposes, because I think that people like to be safe. I'm trying not to be nosy, but it's happening. I'm hearing this. I can't block it out. Finally, my curiosity gets the better of me, and the next time the girl comes out of the dressing room, I hear her respond to her mom and say, no, I want the one that makes my tan stand out. What shocked me was the tiny voice that said this. And I looked over and it was a little girl. Like, she had to have been 7 or 8 years old. And I was just like, there's a little girl here and she's concerned with her tanning. I just felt kind of like shocked and a little weirded out. When I was that age, I didn't think about my tan. Matter of fact, if I was anywhere near water, I was so excited about water that I usually end up getting a sunburn. I had learned to wear sunscreen and be very cautious out in the sun because I'm fair and I'm freckled, and when I burn, it hurts really, really bad. But there's this tiny little girl who wants to buy a swimsuit that makes her tan stand out, and her mother's like bragging about this to another woman. I have to wonder how much of that little girl's love of tanning is actually from her, or if it's something that's been encouraged by her mother or by other people. Maybe I'm just an old fogey. I don't know. Is it weird when young children tan? I mean, is that something that's acceptable now? I hope that I'm not being judgy, because I don't want to judge her for encouraging her daughter to tan. But it's really hard not to, knowing the dangers that can come from sitting out in the sun too long as an adult, but even as a child. I mean, I recently read an article about this woman who had all of her life focused on being skinny, and she was very unhealthy with this idea of supermodel thin and wanting to achieve it. And she did achieve it. In the article, she talked about how sickly and how weak she was. And eventually, when she was told that she had to gain weight, she started to focus on strength. After she started focusing on strength, she felt so much more energetic and so healthy. A point she brought up in her article was, why don't we encourage little girls to be strong instead of skinny or tan or things like that? Things that are very skin deep, I guess. Why don't we encourage girls to be smart? I'm going to link the article about skinny versus strong in the description box. I would encourage you to focus on strength and smarts rather than skinny, tan, and things like that. That's my observation of the day. It was good to get that off my chest, I guess. Thank you for listening, and bye.